Hello and welcome back to another FPL video. We are back for good to talk about some more FPL. We're firstly going to be taking a look at Game Week 7, how the team fared for that, and then going into Game Week 8, what are the transfers, what are the kind of team selection I'll be looking at. I'm looking forward to Game Week 8. We have games on a Friday, which is lovely. It means the game week starts a little bit earlier. And I guess without further ado, let's get straight into it. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Really helps me out. I'm trying to push for that 200. Now I've hit that 100 mark. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. So first things first, let's take a little look back at Game Week 7. There wasn't too many fixtures that were sort of out of place. The majority of the scores here, especially the first 4 games, are kind of what was expected. Maybe you expect to see Man City beat Sheffield United by a few more goals, but I feel like Manchester City needed a result like this, needed a kind of grindy 1-0 where they just got the win over the line and could really push forward. Chelsea obviously playing very nicely against Burnley, and Liverpool clutching up against West Ham, as Liverpool always do. They always seem to clutch up. Aston Villa, Southampton, plenty of goals coming in that game. We had Danny Ings picking up a goal, Jack Grealish picking up 2 assists and a goal, an assist and a goal after the 93rd minute. I mean, what an absolute baller. Newcastle beating Everton, that was a little bit of a surprise. Callum Wilson picking up 2 goals, and the big man himself, DCL, picking a goal in the 91st minute. Manchester United Arsenal game, it was pretty boring if you ask me. A penalty decided, and that was about it. Gareth Bale coming on and scoring, showing he is the man that could definitely do it for Spurs. And then Fulham versus West Brom. I actually felt in this game, if West Brom had won this, I felt they potentially could have stayed up. However, the result going as it did, I kind of feel that this kind of cements both of their places down at the bottom, because I think Fulham were going to get relegated whether they won or lost or drew this match, whereas West Brom, if they showed that they could beat a team like Fulham, they could potentially stay up, as I think they've shown a bit more promise, but they lost. And then Leicester, Leeds. Leicester playing some lovely football, tearing apart Leeds, and Leeds didn't look too bad themselves, however it is showing that they are defensively, they have some liabilities there. But yep, let's see how the team fared. So in Game Week 7, we got a total of 58 points. Not too bad. Hit the captaincy this time, and Mohamed Salah, very pleased that he scored. Gets that 16 points and really pushes the Game Week total up a little bit. Then we have Danny Ings and Calvert-Lewin both picking up goals, which is very nice to see. Saiss unfortunately did not play. I thought I was going to have kept him over Justin for that transfer to Chilwell. Chilwell I was very pleased with. Could have easily picked up a goal or an assist in that game, so he's a keeper for me. Saiss unfortunately didn't play, and Wolves ended up getting a clean sheet. Martinez picking up 0 points against Southampton, but that's okay because I got the 6 points from Danny Ings. I said, out of those 3 sort of Aston Villa players, so Martinez, Grealish and Danny Ings for Southampton, because they were playing against each other, if I could total 18 points from them 3, I'd be happy. Ended up totaling 21 points from those 3, so very happy with that. Trent once again not coming in when it returns. A lot of people are shipping him off, and I think more deservedly so from last year. Last year he was a little bit more of a threat. Liverpool picking up more clean sheets. Now with Virgil out, it is seeming like Trent maybe a little bit too much, or maybe a little bit too expensive, then he is getting points for. So let's move into Game Week 8 and what the fixtures have in store for us. So we have the Brighton versus Burnley game early on, along with Southampton versus Newcastle. Southampton, hopefully Danny Ings is back and he can start banging some goals in against Newcastle. Callum Wilson on form, actually has more points this season than Calvert-Lewin, would you believe it? So I think Callum Wilson looks like a very, very good option. Everton versus Manchester United, a bit of a crunch game here. Everton and Manchester United are both going to look to sort of rejuvenate themselves after poor results last week, especially so for Everton because they were playing against Newcastle, and I guess Manchester United didn't really put up much of a performance against Arsenal. Crystal Palace versus Leeds, I actually think there's going to be quite a few goals in this one. Although Crystal Palace have the better defence, Leeds look very good going forward. They get loads of people forward, so I can definitely see goals being scored in this game. Chelsea Sheffield, you'd expect that Chelsea win here 1-2-0, get a clean sheet in, that would be lovely. West Ham versus Fulham, I thought a lot of people wanted to get in Antonio in for this game. However, he's out injured, so maybe someone like Bowen, or you could take a punt on Haller. West Brom versus Spurs. Now I think a lot of people are going to be looking at a captaincy towards this game, considering one of the fixtures that we have coming up here. I think a lot of people will choose Spurs captains. Then we have a Leicester versus Wolves. I think this will be a pretty decent game. Two sides who are probably looking at those kind of Europa League spots and thinking, I want a bit of that action. So this could be quite a big game for both of those sides. Manchester City versus Liverpool, the crunch game of the weekend, again, that I'm very much looking forward to. Will we see Liverpool potentially win this game and show that they don't need Virgil, or will Manchester City fight back and be like, no, we're going to challenge you for the lead this year, we want this, and go and beat Liverpool? Then we have Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Arsenal will really be looking to pick up a victory here and have actually been looking very, very solid defensively. I'm genuinely considering some Arsenal assets at the back. It's just whether it's kind of worth the transfer to bring them in, where there's also other stuff that I'd like to do. So taking a look at the team and how we fare up for the weekend, we have Martinez against Arsenal away. I'm not particularly expecting too much for him. Hopefully you can pick up some save points, as before the last game against Southampton, he actually hit a minimum of 3 points per game just on the 2 points and a save point, which is very nice. And if you can tick over and do that in this game, I'll be very happy. Trent against Manchester City, not too happy with him, to be honest. However, it's a playing player, and I definitely have other fires that need sorting. Saiz. Now, he will definitely be going this week. It's just who I transfer him to. Whether I go to Patrick Van Aanholt or Nathaniel Klein, I'm definitely looking at bringing him a Crystal Palace defender, or maybe even not take out Saiz and take out Mitchell so that I don't overload myself with Palace players. But yeah, I'm definitely looking at one of those two. Nathaniel Klein is more just sort of because he's a more budget option and definitely will be playing in there. I'd love to bring him Van Aanholt because he gets forward so well in that Palace side. He easily could have had 2 assists already if Batshuayi's goals weren't offside. However, he's not. So definitely one I'm going to have to debate over. And also at the back there we have Ben Chilwell playing against Sheffield United at home. I'm hoping he can pick up another clean sheet. Maybe I'll get a little bit greedy, ask for an assist in there as well, lobbing a few bonus points, and I think Ben Chilwell is a lovely option coming into this game week. Then in the midfield, I have a very exciting midfield, or one that I am very excited to own. Grealish, Zaha, Salah and Son, and you can see all 4 of those midfielders have the blue star next to their name. They're the performing midfielders at the moment, and I'm very glad to own them. I think Grealish could easily go and do something against Arsenal. Zaha against a poor defensive leads. Salah against Manchester City. Liverpool are going to be up for it. Just because they're playing against Manchester City doesn't mean that these players can't do anything. And Son with a captaincy against West Brom away. I'm expecting Son to pull something out the bag here and really bring home the points as the captain. Then in the attack, we're sticking with the same front three. I'm obviously waiting on news for Danny Ings, whether he will be fit to play against Newcastle, because if he is, I'm definitely going to play him. I think he could easily pick up a goal or two, maybe some assists as well, and he could definitely have a good week. Wolves Jimenez against Leicester away. Leicester haven't had the best defensive record of late, so I'm not too disappointed to play Jimenez. Jimenez is a player who can sort of pick up a goal out of nothing, as we saw a few weeks ago with that beautiful volley against Newcastle. So I'm happy to keep Jimenez in there for now. However, there are future plans to get rid of him. And DCL, obviously, I'm very, very happy to have him. We have Rodriguez returning this week for the Manchester United game. So, there should be a lot more supply. And then after that, we'll also have Richarlison coming back. So DCL owners, I wouldn't be too worried at the minute, just because he's not getting the supply. We saw last week that he could still nab a goal. And then finally, looking toward the bench, we have Mitchell, Berkey and Dunn. Mitchell, I definitely think I will take out, or also it's the debate whether I want Patrick Van Aanholt or Klein, so that I can do some future moves, save me some money to maybe potentially bring in the likes of Kevin De Bruyne in the future, which I do very much like the look of. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this quick team selection and review, Game Week 7 to Game Week 8, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.